Mr. Mohnal.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Thank you for allowing me to testify today. My name is Thomas Mohnal, and I began my career with the Federal Bureau of Investigation on January 3rd, 1980, and retired on May 30th, 2010, as a supervisory special agent, explosive and hazardous device examiner in the explosives unit of the FBI laboratory. In the moments after the Pentagon was attacked, I became what is known as a 9/11 first responder. Just like others sitting with me today, we did our job, and we did it well beyond 100%. We did everything we could do to rescue those that were trapped, and we did everything we could to find those that were missing so their families could have the closure that they desperately needed. Like everyone else here today and all other first responders, I will never forget 9/11, and I always knew it would be with me. What I didn't know was what that would mean some 15 years later to me and my family. On 9/11, I was working at FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C., and after the second plane hit the World Trade Center, I was directed to go to New York City in response to the FBI laboratory. I departed headquarters en route to my residence in Manassas, Virginia, and I was traveling on I-395 South when I was directly across from the Pentagon in stop traffic at approximately 9:37 a.m. I witnessed American Airlines Flight 77 crashing into the Pentagon. I immediately notified our headquarters that a plane had crashed into the Pentagon and immediately responded to the crash site and started lending assistance to victims in the area. FBI agents and members of the evidence response teams from Washington Field Office began arriving very quickly, fully aware that the life-saving and investigative activities that they would undertake in response to this terrorist attack could put their lives in danger. Evidence response teams from Baltimore, Richmond, Norfolk, Charlotte, and Atlanta also deployed to the Pentagon. On August 4th, I was diagnosed with follicular non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I was certified by the World Trade Center Health Program and received excellent care and regular physicals through that excellent program. I am here today to ask Congress why they believe that my life is not worth the same as those that became sick before me, and how my life could be worth more than those that will most certainly become ill after me. It doesn't care who you are, what you did, or when you did it. The guidelines are fair, and based on the exposure and your illness, then the compensation is based on the economic loss and of that particular illness. The Special Master over the years has done a great job on managing a program fairly and equally in the face of illness, death, and despair. Now, because so many people are becoming sick and the funds are running out, the Special Master is being forced to look at cases through different lenses based on when the forms were filed. That means that our lives and illness now have a different value and meaning. I've had the pleasure to come to the Capitol on several occasions now with the Feel Good Foundation to walk the halls of Congress to ask for support for the 9/11 first responders in the Victim Compensation Fund. I have learned that every member in Congress has praised the work of first responders and the 9/11 first responders. I've learned that on September 11th, every member of Congress pauses in remembrance of those that were lost that day and those that we will continue to lose. I have also learned that every member of Congress promises to never forget. I am here to support our colleagues that have become sick in the past and those that will become sick in the future. There are people in this room right now that will become sick from their 9/11 exposure and die. Their families will need the support beyond the words, never forget. Congress has the ability to fix this problem. Nearly every FBI evidence response team in the country deployed to one of the attack sites to sift through thousands of contaminated debris looking for any shred of evidence that may lend assistance in this investigation. Passport fragments were found of the hijackers to include the knives that were actually used in the attacks were recovered from crash sites. This shows the extreme dedication the workers had while sifting through contaminated debris, knowing all along that this could possibly affect their health. Many thousands of Americans, First responders, firefighters, police officers, and volunteers have been diagnosed with severe health conditions, including cancer, in the wake of the attacks. Knowing the type of individuals that sacrifice their health, and in many cases their lives, they would all do the same job all over again for this country. This is a nationwide issue, and it must be fixed by our leaders in Congress together, as there are no state lines for a 9/11 illness. Thank you for your time.